I really believe that it's always important to work on the fundamentals in your golf swing. If you want to get better, you've got to work on your technique. And the first element of good technique is having a good grip. It gives you that good sound base that you're looking for, and everything else just comes into place.
The perfect grip is the fastest, easiest way to train your hands to grip the golf club correctly, the same way Mark O'Meara does. Incorporating sophisticated design and engineering, the perfect grip combines ultra-thin, lightweight construction and specially formulated polymers to help you master one of golf's greatest challenges. The perfect grip is no thicker than a golf club, so it fits easily over any standard grip, and its exclusive T-Track locking system holds it firmly in place, allowing you to develop the feel for a great golf grip instantly.
Congratulations on your purchase of the Perfect Grip, the world's first fully detachable imprint of a professional grip technique. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how practicing with the Perfect Grip is going to make you a better golfer. The Perfect Grip is the easiest, most effective way I've ever seen to learn the correct golf grip. The same grip technique used by Mark O'Meara and most of the world's top touring professionals today. With regular practice, the Perfect Grip will dramatically increase your ability to square the club face at impact. The result? Better accuracy, greater distance, and lower scores. And as anybody will tell you, the grip is the first step to a more consistent, accurate, and powerful golf swing.
Now, let's put the perfect grip on your club. Step 1. Holding the club horizontally away from you, with the leading edge of the club face pointing straight down and vertically aligned with the shaft. Attach the adhesive decal along the center of the shaft, approximately 1 inch below the club's regular grip, with the 3 alignment indicating stripes facing towards the grip. Step 2. Slide out the removable strap from the T-Track locking system. The Perfect Grip comes with 3 straps of varying sizes, which allow you to achieve a secure fit by using the strap width that best matches the thickness of your regular grips. Step 3. Open the Perfect Grip at the butt end by slightly spreading the rails a ½ inch apart using the thumb and opposing finger. Then press the rails upwards from beneath the club so that it fully encircles the shaft below the alignment decal. Step 4. Continuing to hold the rails apart to reduce friction, slide the Perfect Grip towards you up and over your regular grip, and position the end ring neatly over the butt end of the club, applying pressure with your palm to ensure a firm fit. Step 5. Check proper attachment by looking down the shaft to ensure the 2 rails form a straight line with the indicator stripe shown on the decal and the leading edge of the club face when it's vertically aligned. Step 6. Using your thumb and index finger, squeeze the front end of the rails together, and with the other hand, insert the locking strap and pull it towards you for 3 inches, then stop. Step 7. Transfer the club under your arm with the club head horizontally behind you and the Perfect Grip in front. Continue sliding the locking strap closed by pushing with your thumb against the raised end. Always use your other hand to squeeze the rails together in front of the strap. Remember these helpful hints when attaching the Perfect Grip. Always select a locking strap that gives you the tightest fit possible without using excessive force. Ensure the end ring fits firmly over the butt end of your club. Make sure the rails are properly aligned with the club face. Always insert the locking strap by squeezing the rails together as you push the strap firmly closed. To get the most out of the Perfect Grip, it's important that you take proper care of it. Always remove the Perfect Grip from your club and be sure to slide it on and off to prevent wear on your grips. Store the Perfect Grip in your golf bag and avoid leaving the Perfect Grip laying in the sun. Now, with golf's first fully detachable imprint of a professional grip technique, you can take one of Mark O'Meara's greatest strengths and make it part of your game instantly.
First, I'm going to show you how the Perfect Grip will help establish a couple of checkpoints along your swing plane. Then I'm going to show you how the proper grip can help you master every shot in golf. Whether you prefer the overlap or the interlock grip, your hands are the only contact you have with the club. And a lot of the swing flaws I see here at my instructional facility in Dallas are caused by inconsistent or incorrect grips. So what does a good grip look like? The heel of the left hand is on top of the shaft with the left thumb slightly off to the right side. Looking down at the left hand, two knuckles are visible. The palm of the right hand is facing the palm of the left with your right thumb slightly off to the left side. Often you're trying to overcome a lifetime of bad habits, and that requires patience and commitment. From years of experience as a teaching professional, I know that showing you the proper grip is no guarantee you'll now grip the club properly. That's what makes the perfect grip so great, especially for a teacher. I don't have to explain the grip over and over again, because the perfect grip automatically puts your hands in the proper position on the golf club. At first, the correct grip may feel uncomfortable, but with practice using the perfect grip, your new hand positions will become second nature and your shots will improve. Now, when it comes to the grip, what feels comfortable isn't necessarily correct. Gripping the club like you currently do might feel natural, but it may not promote a consistent, accurate, or very powerful golf swing. With the perfect grip, your hands are automatically set correctly on the club. As you swing, you'll feel your hands locked together and working as a single unit. You'll feel your wrists cocking during the backswing. You'll feel your club head coming back to square at impact. At first, the professional's grip technique may feel awkward, but when you see how it immediately improves your ball striking, you'll want to make it a permanent part of your game. The more you practice with the perfect grip, the more comfortable your grip's going to feel. So let's get started. All right, here we are at the tee, and I talked about a couple checkpoints in your golf swing. In a neutral golf swing, a correct golf swing, basically the back of your left hand becomes the club face. So ideally, when you come into impact, you'd like to get the back of your left hand facing the target. When the back of your left hand is facing the target and the grip is in a neutral position, your club face will be square. One of the checkpoints that you'll look for is when you swing the golf club back, ideally at the top of your swing, your left arm, left wrist, and the club face would all be on the same plane. If I get to the top and my left wrist is in a cup position like this, that will open the face. If I bow my left wrist, that will close the face, but ideally, left arm, left wrist, and club face are on the same plane. That would tell you that you've got a neutral grip when everything is aligned correctly. And if you have a good golf swing, that neutral grip will produce an impact that will send the ball straight to the target. Now, most people either have a tendency to slice to the right or they have a tendency to hook to the left. People that slice to the right come into the ball with the face too open. In essence, they hit with the side of their hand instead of the back of their hand. And for those of you that have a tendency to slice to the right, or for those of you that were trying to play a little bit more of a hook to get some more roll, what you'll want to do is you'll want to take the perfect grip, put it on a little bit more to the right. We've got a decal that shows you where to put it on to give you a little bit of a draw. You'll put the perfect grip on a little bit of an angle to the right, which puts your grip in just slightly stronger position, which will get the club face just a little bit more closed at the top and make it easier for you to square it up at the bottom. If you have just the opposite mistake and you have a tendency to hook the ball too much, the first thing you'll always check is your grip. And working with the perfect grip will set you in a neutral position. If it still has a tendency to hook, or if you want to play a fade, adjust the perfect grip to the left on the club where we've got the little line that says fade. That puts your grip in a weaker position, which will put the club face in a little bit more open position at the top of the swing and make it so that you've got a much better chance of being square at the ball when you come into it. But if you've got that correct swing, you want to have the correct grip, and that's what the perfect grip does for you. Whether your grip is a little bit stronger or a little bit weaker, it still has your hands fitting together on the golf club properly so that you can have a consistent, repeatable golf swing.
You can put the perfect grip on your club, hit balls for 10 or 15, 20 minutes, and reassure yourself that, hey, my hands are on the golf club in the proper position. And if they are, I think it just gives you that much of a greater chance of becoming a better player.
Even the best players in the game get into trouble once in a while. So just in case you haven't fixed your hook or your slice, I'm going to show you how to get out of trouble. With the perfect grip, you can learn to play a left to right shot, a slice out from the trees and back into the fairway. I've adjusted the perfect grip on the club so that it's turned to the left in the position that we call weak, or the fade position. What this does is it puts my hands on the golf club more to the left, which gives you a club face that's a little bit more open at the top of the swing. Now in order to play a fade, what I'm going to do is aim left of these trees, feel that my golf club is swinging a little bit more outside than I normally would take it, and off to the left as I come through. The emphasis here is on making sure that I turn my body through the shot, because that will also help to hold the club face open. So a little more upright swing, swinging off to the left, a lot of emphasis on turning the body through, and with the perfect grip in a weak position, you'll be able to curve it right around the trees. I've always said if you curve the ball into trouble, you ought to be able to curve the ball out of the trouble. But most people don't know why they curve the ball to the right or to the left. If you're faced with a situation where you've got to curve the golf ball from right to left around some trees to get the ball back in play, here's some tips on how you do it. The perfect grip can help teach you this shot. I've adjusted the perfect grip on the golf club to the right where it says strong or a draw position. This puts my hands on the golf club in a stronger position, which closes the club face a little bit more during the swing. My club face is a little more closed at top. Now, when I set up to the ball, aim to the right so that your golf ball starts off to the right of your trouble. The emphasis here is on swinging your hands and arms more from the inside and allowing your body to stay back so that the club face closes. With the grip turned on the club in a stronger position, your hands will roll over a lot easier, and you'll be able to curve the golf ball from right to left. So it balls back in my stance just a little bit, my shoulders and feet are aimed to the right, my hands and arms are swinging the golf club, and this grip is going to allow them to turn over, and the ball is going to hook to the left. Just like that.
Remember that you have 14 clubs in your bag. So if you're not playing that much and you're a weekend player, if you're in between 8 and a 7, take out the 7-iron and maybe put a more controlled swing on it, and you'll have a better understanding of where the golf ball is going to go. Don't feel like you've got to monster the golf ball around the golf course. The most important aspect of that is understanding how far you hit each one of those clubs. Because when it comes to scoring in the game of golf, to be able to control distance, not necessarily worrying about hitting the long ball, but understanding how far you hit the ball. In other words, if you're 125 yards, and I know that that's a smooth 9-iron for myself, 125 or 130, I want to make sure that I know time in and time out that's how far I hit a 9-iron. Because being always around pin high, you may miss a green left, you may miss it right, but always being around pin high is a huge asset in the game of golf. That's the element that I try to preach and get players to understand. Learn how far you hit each one of your clubs.
For most touring professionals, sand shots are easy shots. For amateur players, it's a different story. They're very difficult. And really, it all starts with the grip. Because to play a sand shot correctly, you have to use the bounce of the golf club. The bottom of your sand wedge has a flange, and if it's used properly, it will keep the club from digging too deep into the sand. It'll glide right through the sand and underneath the golf ball. And the way that you do this is you have the proper grip. The perfect grip helps you get this. If you set up to it, see, with the face square, your club will dig into the sand. So you want to play a sand shot with an open club face. Now most people just turn their hands open, and then when they swing, they simply turn them back and the club face digs into the sand. They leave the ball in the bunker. What you want to do is put the perfect grip on the club, turn to the left, so that your club face is already open without turning your hands. Now, dig your feet in. The ball's forward in your stance. You're swinging the golf club back along the line of your body, and your body's set up just a little bit open or to the left of the target. Ball forward, body to the left, and make sure you make a full swing, back and through, allowing the sand to carry the ball out of the bunker and onto the green. The whole key is making sure you've got that club face set down open, and the key to that is the perfect grip. Put it on, turn to the left a little bit, and that face will stay open as you come through. A nice full swing, and that ball will be out of the bunker every time.
The short game. Not enough is said about the short game. I mean, when you look at the standpoint of the best players in the world, how much time they work and they're committed on working on their short game, hitting bunker shots, hitting lob shots, hitting pitch and run shots, putting. I mean, half the game is around the greens. And if you want to become a better scorer in the game of golf, you need to make sure that you improve your short game. Because if you improve your short game, I can pretty much assure you that you will cut shots off your golf score, and then you're going to have a smile at the end of the day.
I've shown you how you can use the perfect grip for every club in your bag. Here's some strategies that'll help your game if you think about them. First thing is, most amateurs who play the game don't use enough club when they're hitting into the green, whether it be a par 3 or a second shot into a par 4 or a third shot into a par 5. Use one more club and make sure you get there. More times than not, people come up short. When you're teeing off, tee off on the side of the tee that directs you away from the trouble. For instance, if you have trouble on the left, tee off on the left-hand side of your tee so that you can hit away from the trouble. If you've got trouble on the right, tee off on the right-hand side of the tee so that you can once again hit away from the trouble. This gives you a wider fairway to hit at. Have a good pre-shot routine. When you set up to the golf ball, step in, right foot first, club face down, pointed directly to where you want to go. Take your stance so that your feet, knees, hips, and shoulders are all parallel to the target line. A couple waggles, look at the target, and then go. And stick to that routine. Same routine every single time. Now, when you get out in the fairway, most people ask, how do I hit my long irons better? Well, the fact of the matter is, unless you drive the golf ball over 250 yards, you'd be better getting more fairway woods than struggling with the long irons. 5 wood, 7 wood, 9 wood. Replace your 2, 3, and 4 iron. You'll find that they're so much easier to hit, they're easier to get up in the air, there's more forgiveness with a fairway wood, they're just easier to play with. So that would help you a lot. Now the last tip I'm going to give you is if you get in trouble and you have to curve the golf ball out, remember this, it's easier to slice a wood because it's a straighter face club. And when you open the club face, you'll get more curvature from left to right. If you try to slice a short iron, you hit so much underneath the ball that you don't get much curve. You just get a lot of backspin. So when you're trying to hook the golf ball, a medium or even a short iron is an easier club to hook with because when you go ahead and close the club face, you're still going to have some loft on the golf club. So slice it with your woods or your long irons and hook it with your short irons or your middle irons if you're in trouble. Just using these strategies, I know, is going to help your golf game a lot and make it a lot more fun for you to play the game of golf.
Anytime you go to the range and just hit balls with no thought at all in your mind, okay, you might be getting a little exercise, but in my opinion, you're not really accomplishing a whole lot. What I'll do is I'll go out there and one day I'll take out my sand wedge and hit 10 or 15 balls to loosen up. I'll always take out my sand wedge just to loosen up my body. Then I might hit my 9-iron, maybe 5 or 8 balls of my 9-iron, and probably try to hit it 125 to 130